Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Right now, you are completely surrounded by something invisible, a divine shadow, a supernatural covering that's been there all along, wrapping around you like armor you cannot see, but can absolutely feel when you tune your spirit to it. Psalm 91 has been called the soldier's psalm, the ultimate declaration of divine safety. For thousands of years, believers have discovered something extraordinary. When you dwell in God's shadow, you become untouchable by anything He hasn't permitted. Today, I want you to step into Psalm 91, to immerse yourself in the reality it describes. This is a prophetic blueprint for how you can walk through a dangerous world completely protected by an invisible God. Let's enter that secret place together. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Notice it doesn't say whoever visits, it says whoever dwells. That word changes everything. To dwell means to live there permanently, to make it your home. Most Christians visit God's presence like tourists. They stop by on Sunday and leave. But dwelling? That's waking up aware of His presence, walking through your day conscious of His nearness, and falling asleep wrapped in His shadow. When you dwell there, you rest. Not because life stops being hard, but because God Himself becomes your covering. His shadow isn't small or limited. It's vast, eternal, and completely impenetrable. Here's what most people miss. You can't dwell in God's shadow from a distance. Shadows only cover what's close to the source. The closer you are to Him, the more untouchable you become to the enemy's attacks. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. When you declare with your own mouth, the Lord is my refuge, my fortress, my God, you're not just stating facts, you're activating faith. You're building your identity around this truth. I am protected by the Most High God. A fortress isn't just strong, it's impenetrable. Every attack the enemy launches at your life, fear, sickness, financial crisis, relationship destruction, has to go through God first. And if it reaches you, it's only because God has already prepared the victory on the other side. But notice, in whom I trust. Protection is activated by trust. You can have access to the fortress, but if you refuse to run into it, if you trust your own strength more than His, you step out from under the shadow. Trust is what keeps you covered. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. There are dangers you can see and dangers you cannot. A fowler's snare is hidden, a trap designed to catch you when you're not looking. It could be temptation, a destructive relationship, or an opportunity that's actually destruction in disguise. You can't always see these traps, but God can. When you're walking in His shadow, He will save you. Right now, there are dangers circling your life that you don't even know about, but God sees them all. When you stay close to Him, He redirects your steps. He closes doors because He sees the trap on the other side. He puts a hedge of protection around you that the enemy cannot cross. And then comes one of the most beautiful images in all of Scripture. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. Picture a mother bird when danger approaches. She doesn't abandon her young. She doesn't fly away to save herself. She spreads her wings and covers them completely. The babies can't see the predator circling above. They can't see the storm raging around them. All they see, all they feel, is the safety and warmth of their mother's presence. That's how God protects you. You are under his wings right now, covered, hidden, shielded from attacks you don't even know are happening. And here's what breaks my heart. So many believers are trying to fight battles God never asked them to fight. They're exhausting themselves, trying to defend, to protect, to control every outcome, when all God is asking them to do is stay close, stay covered, stay under his wings. You don't have to be strong enough to face what's coming. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to figure out how to protect yourself from every possible danger. That's not your job. Your job is to dwell, to abide, to stay so close to God that his shadow becomes your permanent address. When you do that, something supernatural happens. Fear loses its grip. Anxiety fades. Peace that makes no logical sense floods your soul. You can walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil, not because there's no danger, but because you're covered by a God who's bigger than every danger. So here's my question for you today. Are you dwelling or are you just visiting? Are you living in the secret place of the Most High? Or are you trying to navigate life on your own and only running to God when things fall apart? God's shadow is available to you right now. His protection, his peace, his power, it's all there, waiting for you to step into it. Not just for a moment, not just for this crisis, but permanently. Make his presence your home. Let his shadow be the covering you never step out from under. Because when you walk in God's unseen shadow, you become untouchable by anything that isn't his will for your life. You become a living testimony of supernatural protection in a dangerous world. And people will look at your life and wonder, how are they so peaceful? How do they have such joy? How do they keep standing when everything around them is falling apart? And you'll smile because you know the secret. You're not standing in your own strength. You're standing in the shadow of the Almighty. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can reach you there without first going through him. So take a moment right now. Declare it out loud. Say it like you mean it. I dwell in the shelter of the Most High. I rest in the shadow of the Almighty. He is my refuge and my fortress. I trust him completely. And as you speak those words, feel the atmosphere shift. Feel the peace settle. Feel the covering wrap around you like an invisible shield. You are protected. You are safe. You are hidden in the shadow of God. Walk in that reality today and watch how everything changes